Hello, you guys. Today I am going to share with you all the things you need to know about having a successful basket/bag party. So first and foremost, it's important for you to know that a basket and bag party are the exact same thing. So so a basket and a bag party are going to be perfect for somebody that does not want to have a home party. Maybe they don't want people to come to their house. This is an alternative. Maybe they are not used to doing things online. They don't do the online thing. They don't have Facebook. They just don't do that type of stuff. So this is going to be an alternative for them. So, the first thing I want to start with is hostess coaching because no matter what type of party or social you are having with your customers, it's important to understand that the foundation of anything is going to be the hostess coaching. If you are not doing hostess coaching, I am here to tell you that you are probably missing out on a lot of different opportunities. Whether it's your PRV being higher, whether it's join conversations, maybe it's people adding to your VIP group. There's a couple different things. So I just want to stress the importance of making sure that you are hostess coaching. And I will make sure that I upload exactly how I hostess coach here in a little bit. But first and foremost, we are going to go and I'm going to read off of my phone exactly my document. So my host checklist/coaching guide, it starts with the type of social that I am having. So am I having a home, an online, a sniff and share, or a sample pack? I try to call them socials versus parties because sometimes people get turned off by the word party. And instead of calling them bag or basket, I refer to them as sniff and shares. So I need to circle which one of the parties or socials that we are having. And then I go over host information. So host name. What is the start and end date of the social? What is the host phone number? What is their email? What is their address? City, state, zip code, all the things, because it's so important that you have all of the information that your host has. And then next, it's very, very important that you have their wish list. So I then go over all the things that I do for home socials, all the things I do for sniff and shares, which are also bag parties, and then sample and online. So today specifically, I am just going to go over the sniff and share portion because when this is uploaded, you're going to be able to see that breakdown. So for a sniff and share social, I go over, did we select dates? Did I set up the PWS link? Did I share it with the host? Did I drop off the bag? When I drop off the bag, where am I dropping it off? When am I dropping it off? And then I like to go over everything that is included in the bag. Catalogs, order forms, fall winter testers, host packs, wall fan, mini fan. I'm going to show you that here in a minute. And then I really want to stress too, when I show you my bag, not to stress out if you don't have these things, because 7 years ago when I joined Sensi, my bag parties did not look like that. And we're going to get into that here in a minute. So then it's important that I review host rewards. So what are we working towards? What is the shipping requirements? You know, there's certain checkpoints, right? Like, okay, so we all know that anything $500 or less is not going to get free shipping. That needs to be communicated, and it needs to be communicated clearly so your host knows exactly what to expect. When do host rewards kick in? You and I both know that they start at 200, but your host does not. So it's important that you touch base with that as well. Did you share the join opportunity? I like to have about 2 to 3 conversations within the same social with the same person. When we first start it, I like to go over the opportunity and how they can flip it. Halfway through, depending on where they are, I bring it up again, and we're getting ready to close the party, I bring it up again. And then I like to go over how they can have an effective social. How will they get the most bang for their buck? It's so important that they are excited, they share it, they interact, they share it with friends, family, coworkers, wherever they go, the bag goes. They're kind of acting as a host. And I find that people are doing bag parties are more apt to join our teams because they're kind of off on their own. At a home party, I would be there. Online, I would be there to kind of steer the car. A sample pack and the bag parties, we're not really with them 24/7. We're more so giving them these bags, giving them the tools, doing the coaching and saying, go get it. And if they're succeeding at going and getting it and collecting orders, that should tell you, and it tells me that people are interested in the products that they are putting in front of them. So let's flip the script and let's make sure that we offer them the opportunity a minimum of 3 times. The more that you talk about it, the more seeds that you are planting. You're going to plant that first seed, then you're going to water, and then you're going to close with that open-ended question like, is this something you're interested in? You can join, earn this much in commission. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so let's go over what I have in the bag. And actually, I want to encourage you really quickly before we go over the bag. If you do not have a system set in place, how I do it might not work for you. You might have a different style, you may have a different approach, and that is absolutely okay. That's the beauty of this business is we are all different. We run our businesses differently, but it is so critical that you have some sort of system in place, because by having a system, when the time comes and I have these socials ready to rock and roll, I have it literally in black and white on paper, step by step, what I need to do. So I don't miss a step and I can check it off as I go. And if I need to send something out, maybe a host packet or the VIP packets, I know when I need to do it. So I am on target and on track. So keep that in mind. Maybe do a little research on like Sensi systems and see what you come up with and see what works for you. Or put pen to paper and write down exactly how you're doing parties right now, because you may not have a system and you may not think you have a system, but if you've been doing different socials, then you more than likely have a system. You're just not recognizing it as a system. Okay, so here is my bag party. So this is what it looks like. I got these bags off of Amazon. They're that iridescent because I'm obsessed with iridescent. I always put a buddy clip on the front of it because it always brings people in. They smell super good. And more than likely, since this isn't going out, if it was going out, I would also put a scent circle tied to the front with a little ribbon that just says, thank you for hosting, because I want my host to feel spoiled from the get-go. I want her experience with me to be like none other. So then she will continue to host for me. So let's open this up. So first and foremost, catalogs. You got to have materials in there that they can flip through. So when you open my catalogs, I have pre-highlighted the order forms, okay? As you can see, I want all of that information filled out. So it's so important that when you're talking and coaching your host, that you're going over how important this contact information is. I don't know how many of you can agree with me, but sometimes when you're putting in orders, a credit card number is wrong. Well, who do you contact? Sometimes, I mean, yeah, you can go to your host, but what if your host can't get a hold of her customer? So it's really important that it's all in black and white. And then I like to refer to these as this is kind of like paper gold, right? So as soon as you have their information, you should be entering it fully into your workstation, because as soon as you enter it once, all of this information saves. So it makes your follow-up that much easier, okay? Catalogs, critical. If you have the brochures, make sure you include them, because as you and I both know, a lot of people still think that we only have wax and warmers, and some people don't like wax and warmers. So making sure that they know that there are laundry products, pet products, there's cleaning products, and there's body products. So super important that they are aware of these extra items. I always include the flyer for the scent and warmer of the month, and I always include a sample in there so they can smell it and experience it. Obviously, my catalog is jazzed up with what some of my favorites are, and then the back of it always has my label with they can order anytime. But as you and I both know, this would not be the link that they're trying to use for this specific social. They're going to fill out those order forms. If for some reason my host has people that are far away, I send them that shareable link and I encourage them to share it on their Facebook, their Instagram, text message, email, however they see fit. So catalogs. I always put 2 catalogs in there, and I do 3 order forms per catalog for a total of 6. I always include a host packet, okay? So in my host packet is going to be samples and more information. So this is going to have a dish soap sample. This also has a washer with sample, And then there is a sample of pomegranate Prosecco, which the samples change. It just depends whatever I have, and it goes in here. And then the rest is a product list, and then there's joint information, because I really feel it's important that we treat joint information like we treat samples. I think sometimes we get so in our head like they don't want that. Well, let's not make decisions for people. Let's give out the information, and if they inquire about it, fantastic. If they don't, it's going to give you something to follow up on, like, hey, did you have a chance to open up the joint information? Did you see anything that struck your fancy? Do you have any questions? All of my join packets also have a little sticker that says, I'm interested in joining, scan me and fill me out. So it's kind of just, it helps me gauge if they're interested in the opportunity. I also add in a soak sample, and then there is a grab and sniff card. So it says, welcome to the party that you can sniff and share. Remember to take me everywhere. Slide me into your bag and take me to work. The more you share, the more these testers do their best work. Wherever you go, bring attention to me. The more orders you collect, the more you get free. Shipping will be 5% on every order before tax, but reach 500 and orders and shipping becomes free. So don't overthink it. Just share all the things, and I'm here to help you every step of the way. Flip this page over and learn about the good stuff, half off and freebies. So then it says, ask me what fragrances they come in, which is the fragrance flower, because that's one of my favorite products. So I like to share that constantly. And it's a good product. It doesn't take wax. It doesn't take pods. It's oil-based. It's a great present. If you're giving it as a present or you're looking for present ideas, you don't have to have a warmer for it to physically go in. It is a great alternative. And then I also have on there a QR code to go to my VIP group, because it's important that I'm following up with these customers, because you have to think about it like this. Sometimes we struggle with making our frank list or our list of 100, but in reality, we're just not adding to it. So every time you have a social, whether it's home, online, you're at an event, a bag party, a sample packet, all the information that you collect, so any orders you get from any one of those social types, you should be taking those contacts and adding them to your list of 100. You should be following up with them. You should be trying to book with them. You should be adding them to your VIP group. You should be thanking them, so on and so on. So your list of 100 is always going to be a running list that never runs out, because you should constantly be adding people to it. On the back of this card goes over the host rewards, because this is critical. Sometimes people need to physically see what they can earn and where they need to be, and this helps paint a better picture. This helps motivates them, and they get hungry and they go after it, because you and I know this catalog is bomb. So their wish list is probably super long. So that is what all of this is. It kind of goes over, it adds, my contact information. So if they have questions, they can easily reach out to me. So all of my sniff and share parties have this information in there. I also include the testers. So this is going to be all the fall, winter testers. So this is the transition set. I honestly see no need to put 80 plus testers in here. This is more than enough. It truly, truly is. So don't overthink what you have available and what you can include, because something is way better than nothing. So that is all of those. I always include wax. I changed up the wax to make sure that it was something current in the catalog, and I allow them to use this. So if they have a warmer at home, they can break off a cube and enjoy. I always include a room spray. Same thing. They're able to use it however they see fit, in their car, in their office, in their bathroom, to smell it, so on and so on. I also have in here lotion. I want them to experience the different products, because there's so much more than wax and warmers, and this is my way of introducing them to other things. I include a wall fan in here because this is accident proof, and if you have small kids, pets, or husbands that tend to knock over your mini warmers in the bathroom, cough my husband, this is a perfect alternative. So I always include the wall fan and the pods. And then I also have a mini fan in here as well. So all of that is my current bag party. And I want to go back 7 years because understand that some of you are brand new. Some of you may not feel comfortable giving these to your hosts. Maybe it's too much stuff. Maybe you're worried about them keeping it, stealing it, damaging. Those are all valid questions. Those are all valid thoughts. Trust me, I've been right there. Luckily, in my 7 years, knock on wood, I have never experienced any of my hosts doing anything I just said, but I do know that other consultants have. But 7 years ago when I first joined Scentsy, I bought my $99 kit and that's what I had. I didn't have all of this other stuff to make a bag party. So what I did was I took my testers that I got and I split them up. So maybe I put into one bag fall and winter. And then into another bag, I put fresh and fruity. In another bag, I put in citrus and spice. That allowed me to have multiple bags. If you have testers, order forms, and catalogs, I'm here to tell you that you can make a bag party work. Your bag party does not need to be this extravagant. It doesn't need to be this big. It could be a pouch and you could be ready to rock and roll. So do not overthink or compare how I do mine to how you are currently or how you are wanting to do yours. The one thing I also want to stress, because we do it so often, does anybody watching this right now currently have bags ready to rock and roll? Raise your hand, because I do. And I'm here to tell you that they are doing you no justice by sitting in your office, in your space. It's their job to work for you. And so getting them out into people's hands is so critical. This past weekend, so I'm actually getting ready to go on vacation tomorrow morning. And I have 2 bags. And I'm like, these bags cannot sit in my office while I am gone for 5 days. They need to go out into the world and do their thing because these scents are too good. This catalog is too good to just sit. And so I made a post with myself holding both of my bags, which I will share. And I had people right away like, yeah, I'll take a bag. Yeah, I'll take a bag. I'm not saying that that post is going to magically make your bags fly off the shelf. But what I am saying is by your testers sitting, by your catalogs sitting, you're really losing money, right? Like we all put money into buying these supplies. If they are just sitting in your office and not out in the world, you've kind of wasted your money. So take that, think about it, digest it, and let those things go out into the world so they can get you new customers, PRV, join conversations, all the things. Because bag parties is how I built my business. When I first started, all I did was bag parties. I didn't have a lot of people that wanted to do home parties. Facebook parties were still kind of new at that point, and bag parties were my jam. You can have really, really good bag parties, and you can have bag parties that don't do so hot. That's just the reality of it. So I am hoping that some of this content helped you and encouraged you to go out there and get your testers in front of people. I want to check one more thing because I have 2 forms. So I have my hostess coaching guidelines, which I already shared with you. And then I have a checklist just to kind of keep me going. And it really is very similar. And I will make sure that this all gets uploaded. So if you guys have any questions or if you had any takeaways, I'd love to hear about it. If you're doing a bag party a different way, because I'm sure you are, please, please, please share in the comments. I want to hear your aha moments. I want to see what your bag parties are like. And I am challenging you, each and every one of you, no matter who you are, where you are in your business, to get yourself a bag party and get it out within the next 5 days. Okay. So take that challenge and start sharing your bags and get them out in the world because they're going to do the work for you. You guys, you're rocking and rolling. This is week 2. I hope this video helped you, and I can't wait to see how bag parties increase your PRV for the fall winter season and your future. I am signing off, and I will chat with you guys all very, very soon. Have a great day. Bye, you guys.